There we are. It's official. Pull up a chair, episode 68. We are live on a blessed and wonderful sleepless Sunday / New Year's Eve. As you can see, we got Wifey pulling up a chair this week. Thank you for joining us to recap this crazy simulation of a year that we had. I don't know who got to yell bingo. I almost got to yell bingo, but I was one away. I was one away on my card. But no, I appreciate everybody for being tuned in. I'm sure everybody's getting ready to enjoy their New Year's Eve, bring in the ball drop, no matter how they choose to do it. I just hope that you guys are staying safe. I believe I saw a post that Ubers are free tonight. Mm-hmm. So everybody, there's no excuses. Get off that road and put those damn keys down if you're drinking. And you know me, I'm a drinker, and I ain't getting behind no wheel. So everybody be safe so we can see each other next year. With that being said, let's get right down to brass tacks. To my right, I got my beautiful wife joining me, celebrating her win after last night, beating Rihanna 8-6, going up on me 7-1 overall. Good God almighty. And then that leaves you with me. The creme de la creme, the one that they do, in fact, call him Mr. El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, the one who, of course, taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, a.k.a. Stoney Montana, a.k.a. Young Dumbledore the Lyrical Wizard, a.k.a. the Young Tony Clifton, a.k.a. Pale Cassidy Freshly Brewed, a.k.a. it's Mr. Keep the Love High, and the motherfucking Halo, baby, call me anything you want, just not broke or sad. I'm feeling quite happy going into the new year. So with that being said, before we dive right into the 2023 recap, how about we recap our Christmas? So would you like to start, ladies, first with some of your highlighted gifts, some of your favorite stuff that you got?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
it's flexing time. Everybody flex what you got. No, seriously, I want to hear what everybody got.
I got perfumes and an MK purse. And
yeah, no, we didn't really plan for it, but like you went cologne heavy on me and I went perfume heavy on you. Mm-hmm. That's not saying that we smell bad. It's just we just wanted to treat each other. But no, I got spoiled rotten for sure. Definitely a major Christmas. I'm back on the box. As I was filling in people on Reddit, so thank you for adding me on there. I play Gears, Back for Blood, Madden, or WWE. So if you have another game besides that, stop telling me to play Call of Duty. I'm long retired. The jersey's in the rafters of Call of Duty. I'm as far in the past. It's not happening again. Get it out your heads. But when a new Halo drops, you might see me on that sucker. And GTA if it ever comes out. But no, that was awesome. Got a new mic, so you guys are going to be hearing a much more crispier sound. I'm not going to have to hold the damn thing like it's a fucking middle school talent show, and I'm trying to read the fucking lyrics as I'm rapping it, so that's going to be nice. Got a couple new Mac records. Got the Tiny Desk, got Swimming, got Circles, new record player. So like I said, I mean, I was just completely spoiled rotten. Super awesome. Was one funny thing that happened, though. She ended up taking a video when I was opening up the Xbox. Well, she told me earlier in the day that you did some research or something and you realized that one of my gifts I wasn't going to be able to use. Mm-hmm. So what ended up making that funny was I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, I'm not going to be able to use it. Like, what? Like, that just doesn't, like, I literally have to not be able to use it to not be grateful for it. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be like, I was like, what? Like, what do you mean I won't use it? Like, that doesn't sound right. And then, so I get on video, I'm opening the Xbox. I'm crazy at opening up gifts, by the way. Like, I wish, that's one time I can't bring the emotion out for whatever reason. But I was opening up the Xbox, so I'm ecstatic. And then she's like, and here's the gift that you just can't use. And it's been so long, I'll be honest, I kind of forgot the shape of the video game. I mean, I remember games being tall as fuck. I remember them being wide. Like, I remember them being little rectangles, you know? So it's like, I lost track of what the game looks like. And I opened that up and I just see WWE 2K23 and I almost threw up because I'm like, what do you mean I can't use it? But luckily they were running holiday deals like me on my merch. And I was able to scoop it up. And I ended up getting Madden as well because they're running crazy holiday deals on there. Yeah, I swear to God, it's like come on, they're smart.
Yeah, they are.
Bunch of kids get the Xbox cards and shit in their stockings. Of course, they want to go scratch it off and buy this stuff. 100%. But yeah, so I just wanted to share real quick some of the stuff. We got anything else you'd like to share? Michael Kors. But
I said my MK purse.
Oh, is that they have slang for it?
Yeah, Michael Kors MK. Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, I was unaware. Wasn't aware of that one. But yeah, you can timestamp that. We just wanted to, like I said, just share a couple of the things we got. I'm excited to see what you guys got as well. And remember, doesn't matter how much you got or how little you got. You just be grateful and you love and appreciate everything, because life in itself is a blessing that was waiting for you under Christmas tree that morning. So with that being said, let's move on to wrapping up music. Now, this one I'm not going to dive too much into because that would actually be counterproductive. If you want to hear me go, good brother Doomer, if you want to hear me go more in on music, where we really recapped, we gave our nominations, we gave our winners and honorable mentions. We've exhausted that avenue pretty much all the way dead. That was me and Koozie, 4th annual Sleepless Awards, up on IG and up on this channel as well. And I love seeing what you guys got as your winners and nominations. So like I said, I'm not going to go too much in on this because I've already spoke so much on it on the awards, and it's right there for you guys to check out. So with that being said, though, I did say, just briefly, I'll tell you, off the top of my head, I know I gave Album of the Year to I Thought It'd Be Different. I gave Song of the Year to First Person Shooter. I gave Male Artist of the Year to Conway the Machine. I gave it to Nas. I gave it to Female Artist of the Year. I gave it to SZA. Then you can see like his winners, his nominations as well. But with that being said, though, I did just want to go in a little bit more on something that I didn't really get to go into on the awards, so I figured I'd save that for this. And that was my favorite R&B albums and songs of the year, because we didn't really lean too much into the R&B and other genres. We kind of stayed within the constraints of hip-hop. So I figured I would kind of branch out and at least share some of that real quick. Well, off the top of my head, I love the R&B on the Rory album as well. I love Victoria Monet's album. I thought was great. BJ the Chicago Kids album. I remember I highly recommended that. Still highly recommend that. That's amazing. Coco Jones dropped a great project. Black dropped Since I Have a Lover back in March. I like that a lot. Dear God, when so much music comes out, trying to remember it all, you're bound to just leave something off. Brent Faiyaz, he dropped a great album this year. I really like that a lot. Thought Emotional Oranges dropped great project this year. Child, I thought he dropped a great project. Shit, I might have to see you guys in the comment sections when I start thinking of more. But no, those are definitely a lot of my favorite R&Bs that come to my head. Anything that I know R&B is not your avenue, so we'll let you talk your shit though too for a minute. What was some of your just favorite music that came out this year in general? It can be anything, any genre. We're just going over favorites.
Ed Sheeran's album.
Tell you right now, Ed Sheeran's album went double diamond in your car.
Yeah.
That shit went double diamond in the whip.
Yeah, that one's on a repeat all the time. That album just his new one, I love that.
I was about to say we're bound to hear Ed every time we're in
easily. I start the car off with Ed most of the time.
Obviously Morgan, I think he dropped at the beginning of the year.
Oh yeah, his deluxe.
Yeah. Was that it? Oh yeah, the triple album, right?
The triple album, yeah. Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
Next time, if he goes quadruple, he's gonna start getting into Chris Brown territory. Chris Brown's gonna be like, he stole my whole shit, bar for bar, word for word. Like, oh God. How about How about SkeeYee?
Well, we all know how I feel about.
You can timestamp, by the way, on that past one. But so to lead into our next topic, then something I did want to mention that I saw. I think this was Rolling Stones declared this. Well, we know what our song of the year is, ladies and gentlemen. Rolling Stones said it, so it's got to be true. Song of the year, SkeeYee. When we look back at 2023 and 30 years, we're gonna go. That was the year of Sexy Red. That was SkeeYee. And people tried to look at me sideways when I said she was runner-up for my Female Artist of the Year. She had a run, what can I say? But Rolling Stones actually really said that they thought that was Song of the Year. What are your thoughts on that?
They're fucking deaf.
They're deaf, you think?
Every single person there is deaf and they don't know music.
Shit, she's deaf shaming. But
Yep.
No, I mean, I can play both sides of this coin. There's one side that says that song took over. It
I
was.
mean, there's
It
no
was a
doubt it was
monster.
popular.
I mean, football
for
teams were
what?
doing it as celebrations, TikToks. People are doing it in school. They're jumping on the fucking cafeteria tables doing the SkeeYee, which I'm not even really quite sure still to this day what the SkeeYee is.
I don't.
Doomer said, "I'm with wifey." That song, Dookie.
Yeah.
But I really liked the song. I thought it was catchy. I remember actually though telling you, and I want you to. You can call me on if I'm wrong or if you don't remember. But do you remember when we were watching that Jets Hard Knocks? And SkeeYee was like just starting to get that traction where it was starting to take off. Thank you. And I saw that the Jets were jamming it. And as soon as they were doing it, I'm like, oh shit. She not only has the women, she's now got the dudes too. Oh shit. And I remember saying something along the lines of, oh boy, I feel like there's a rocket ship strapped to this goddamn song. And it went to the fucking moon. But song of the year, though, Rolling Stones, I'm going to go to the other side of the coin. That's crazy. SkeeYee, out of all the music.
That's what I'm saying. Like, out of
Nas dropped 3 albums.
Out of everything. And they're picking SkeeYee? Are you joking?
Yeah, I mean.
I don't believe any of all those stuff.
SkeeYee's better than Eyes Closed. How do you feel about that?
That's just.
Rolling Stones said SkeeYee's better than Eyes Closed.
That's absolutely.
Fuck songwriting. Fuck it.
That. Fuck meaning of the song. Fuck like being, an actual good song. Like not with 3 words in it. Like.
I'm pretty sure the only takeaway that I ever get from SkeeYee is her saying "bitch bad" and "I got a stupid butt."
I couldn't even name you. I couldn't even tell you that.
I still don't really. I'll be honest, and this is where my pasty comes out. But what the fuck does SkeeYee actually mean? Like when she's like, "And I see you in the club, I holla SkeeYee." I don't like if somebody said that to me and like I didn't like respond probably and they're like, no, like you're supposed to say it back. I'd be like, I really don't know what I'm saying right now. Like it sounds catchy, language. Like if somebody looks at you and like, hey, SkeeYee, but I really don't know what I'm doing.
It's
like,
really a foreign language.
I could be saying something crazy, and I really hope that I'm not. But no, it's a fun song. But overall, I mean, like I said, song of the year. I mean, you said it as well, but there's so much music that came out this year. I mean, come on, what are we doing? What are we doing giving it to SkeeYee? I just dropped Night. Did I drop that for no reason? Did I drop that to lose to SkeeYee? Night was supposed to be number 1 on the fucking Rolling Stones charts, but it's okay. I'm sure Sexy Red, though, thoughts and prayers to her right now. I'm sure she's losing a lot of sleep over this. So I just hope that, in this time of need that we can send her love. Hopefully she doesn't have to bring in the new year crying because of what Rolling Stones, or not, everybody else doesn't have to bring in the New Year's crying. I didn't mean to say she was crying, but yeah, no, everybody else doesn't have to lose sleep over it. Just me, though. But no, that being said, you can timestamp that. We can move on. Did just want to recap a little bit of the funniest moments of the year as well. Oh, yeah, that beats gas. But a lot of funny moments happened this year, as I mentioned at the top of the episode. I almost got to yell bingo. Almost. I was one Bobby Altoff fight with Joe Budden away from hitting bingo. But a lot of crazy shit happened, to say the least, really. I'm curious to see what everybody else's funniest moments were of the year. I know a lot of shit happened. We had a woman wig out on a plane. We had, we had the fight in Montgomery where it turned into a tables, ladders, and chairs match on the boating dock. We had CM Punk return to AEW, have a fight at AEW, return, have another fight at AEW, leave AEW, come back to WWE, so hell froze over. We had Randy Orton finally return from injury. What? Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just kind of like going over just overall, kind of just hamster wheeling through my head of everything that went over this year. I know one of the things I wanted to mention, which was one of my personal favorite funny moments of the year. In fact, I could probably talk about it every episode and still think of something new on it just because of how hilarious it is. But I know this is one of your girls, so I'm sorry to put her on blast here. But Brittany Spears had quite the year of, no rhyme intended. But that's just how damn good I am, everybody. But she really, I think, made people have to step their kitchen game up. I mean, she was getting pretty fancy with that knife work. I mean, I'd like to see, really truthfully, how Brittany Spears would fare up against Michael Myers. Like, can you imagine Michael like breaks into her house and she's just in the kitchen with 2 knives, twirling them, just shaking around? It's like, bring it on, big boy, come on, bow.
Yeah, she probably
Hit me, baby, one more time. Come on, bow. Come right back at it. Michael wouldn't know what to do about that. Michael don't got moves like that. Michael ain't smooth. Michael is not slick with it. He walked right up in that kitchen and Brittany hit a fucking 720 and go, SkeeYee, bow. Cut right into his fucking throat. He'd have nothing. Brittany Spears is literally Michael Myers meets like prime Michelle Kwan. Like, imagine Michelle Kwan on the ice skating rink, but with the 2 knives. And she has to do all those flips and land all that shit, but with 2 knives. And keep twirling them with good technique. That's the other thing. It wasn't like Brittany was just flailing them around. I mean, she had some real technique going there. At one point, I almost said she was Brittany Statham. I mean, I was like, God damn, somebody put her as one of the Expendables. That shit's fucking nutty. Yeah. She's got better knife work than Arnold in his prime.
Well, it is an actual art, so it is an actual like thing.
I didn't know that was her thing. I didn't know when she was off the grid for those years.
But like it's like a trained thing. Like you dance with that stuff like spiritually sometimes. Like, but she was doing it in the honor of Shakira.
Oh yeah, so, I forgot about that. I always forgot
music video.
I always forgot that she was doing that.
It's not just because Brittany's crazy. It actually had a meaning behind it.
I didn't. You can't be crazy and learn how to work knives like that. Absolutely not. That shit is pristine technique.
Couldn't be me. I'd already have 4 fingers left.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even imagine her doing the game where I forget what they call it, where you spread your fingers out and you kind of go like that. She'd be a fucking menace at that game. I'd trust my hand with her. I'd trust my hand with her even if she had a case of lights. I'd 2 cases of lights with a case of claws and a shot of fucking tequila. I'd still trust Brittany Spears with my hand. Mm-hmm. That shit's incredible. But only other thing, too, I wanted to mention on funny moments, which I don't really know if everybody else finds this as funny as I do. It just, I feel like people overlooked it. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great moment. But, of course, what I'm referring to is Taylor Swift winning Time Person of the Year in 2023. Because, really, at the end of the day, 2023 was her year.
It was, yeah. I do agree with that. That's one thing I will agree with.
But she was the first entertainer, I believe, first ever entertainer to ever receive Time Person of the Year, and she's in crazy company. That's what I think is funny about it is people really got to look it up and see who's won ever since they started doing it. I mean, she's an elite company. She's with the troops. She's with 9/11 victims. She's with George W. Bush, not once, but twice. She's also with Vladimir Putin, and who can forget this one? She's actually with Adolf Hitler and Bill Clinton, the big guy.
I got the 4.
We got the Peacemakers.
The Pope.
Pope John Paul II, 94. Newt Gingrich, 95. David Ho, 96. Andrew Grove, 97. Bill Clinton and Ken Starr. They ran double duty on that one. They interviewed together. Jeff Bezos, 1999. Shout out Amazon.
George W. Bush.
George W.
2000.
Can't forget the W. Rudy Giuliani, 2001. Again, what great company we're in. The Whistleblowers. I'm not even quite sure what that means. The American Soldier. Shout out the troops. Salute. George W. Bush spanned the block again during his production lair. We got the Good Samaritans. And apparently one of them is Bono from U2. So I don't know what happened that year. I was Time Person of the Year in 2006. God damn it. No, nobody told me. Vladimir Putin, 2007. That's crazy.
Barack
Obama. Ben Bernanke. Mark Zuckerberg. The Protester. Nice. Barack Obama, he spanned the block again.
Pope
Francis.
The Ebola Fighters.
What a down year we had in 2014. I should have been the Time Person of the Year because I could get more fucking pills than a goddamn pharmacy. Angela Merkel. She just got Time Person of the Year because she lived. Donald Trump. Big Trumpy. The Trumper. The Silence Breakers. The Guardians, 2018. The Cleveland Guardians got it. No. Greta Thunberg. Shit, what'd she do? 16-year-old climate activist. Good job, Greta. 2020, we got Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. So they're just giving this thing to anybody. Elon Musk, 2021. Back to what I just said. Okay, hold on. That's a name. 2022 went to Voldemort Zelensky.
The Ukrainian president.
The Ukrainian president. Why? Why would it go to him?
And then there's just Taylor Swift.
We went from the Ukrainian president
to Taylor Swift,
who we've been sending more money to than the fucking troops.
So hold on. So Taylor Swift with former presidents of other countries.
The troops. Good Samaritans.
Ebola survivors or whatever.
Protesters. Let's go even farther back on that list, though. I want to go farther back.
That was everybody.
Oh, no, because you only went to 94. We started at like 92, 93. It goes farther back.
It said for 25. I thought it was 25.
Oh, maybe you just got like the last 25 years, but no, it actually goes farther back. This is a little impromptu fun.
No, it just said from the past 25 plus years.
Oh, I know, but what I'm saying is that the magazine goes back farther. So there should be a way to access more of those.
Oh, okay. Well,
let's have some fun with this. Fuck it. Like I said, I knew that this week it was going to be a little scattered brain trying to recap everything of 2023 because, well, my memory isn't exactly what you would say top-notch, but my long-term's real good, and I'm really good at moments. Just depends on what sticks out to me. But no, we got to continue to read who Taylor's in company with because this is hilarious. I forgot all about Ebola running rampant in 2014 because, well, I'm going to reference what I said again. Xanax will do that to you, especially when you mix it with Percocet, Vicodin, and whatever else you can find to put up your nose.
I can't find it. Not in a timely manner, so just move on.
Okay, well, I mean, I do know that from previous history, I at least know that Adolf Hitler was on there at one point. And it's batshit insane to think that he was a Times Person of the Year because no one knew what was coming around the corner. Oh, and it's on the Wikipedia page. It has the whole list. Yeah, because I got to see these more in depth.
That's what I did, and there's no...
Are you sure?
Persons of the Year. See?
There you go. Yep, see, it started in 27. Well, we got 27, we got Charles Lindbergh. We got Walter Chrysler. I'm assuming that's who started Chrysler. We got Owen D. Young. Mahatma Gandhi. We got Gandhi. We got Pierre Laval. We got Franklin D. Roosevelt. Hugh S. Johnson. FDR spun the block again. We got Haley Salcea. We got Wallace Simpson. We got Chiang Kai-shek. We got Sun Milan. And then in 1938, we had Adolf Hitler, Kanye's boy. 1939, we followed it up with another crazy one. We got Joseph Stalin. Number 40, we got Winston Churchill. God almighty, FDR spun the block a third time. Joseph Stalin spun the block. He got it twice. George C. Marshall. Dwight D. Eisenhower. Dwight D's Nuts Eisenhower. We got Harry S. Truman. We got James Barnes, 46. George C. Marshall again. Truman again in 48. Churchill again. We got the American Fighting Man in 1950. We got Conrad Adenauer, 1953. We got John Foster Dulles, 1954. We got Harlow Curtis. I just know he was a bad motherfucker with a name like Harlow Curtis. 1956, we got the Hungarian freedom fighter. 1957, we got Nikita Khrushchev. 1958, we got Charles de Gaulle. 1959, Dwight D's Nuts Eisenhower spinning the block. 1960, we got U.S. scientists. Good job, guys. 1961, we got John F. Kennedy. I don't think he got to spin the block again. We got John XXII, 1962. We got Martin Luther King Jr., 1963. 1964, we got Lyndon Baines Johnson, who took over for a recently deceased JFK, whose head went back into the left. 1966, we got the Inheritor. 1967, we got LBJ again, LeBron James. 1968, we got the Apollo 8 astronauts. 1969, we got the Middle Americans. Wow, slow year we had then, huh? 1970, we got Willie Brandt. 1971, my boy. If you can't get something done right, say fuck it and do it a different way. Richard Nixon, baby. Oh, and he spun the block again the very next year. He wasted no time.
There's two winners there. right?
Oh, 2 winners in 1972. We got Henry Kissinger.
Yeah, but looks like they're both the same.
They had to call that one a tie. We got Rascal Flatts. No, 1974, we got Faisal. Some sort of a sheik. You won in 1975, American Women. 1976, we got Jimmy Card, Coach Card. We got 1977, we got Anwar Sadat. 1978, we got Deng Azapin. 1979, we got Ruhala Kumali. 1980, we got Ronald Reagan, that piece of dirt. We got 1981, we got Lech Walesa. 1982, we got the computer. Ronald Reagan spun the block again, that piece of dirt.
Yeah.
We got Yuri Andropov. We got Peter Uvatrov.
That guy, yeah.
These names, I swear to God, they make them difficult. We got Corazon Aquino, 1986. 1987, we got Mikhail Gorbachev. 1988, we got the Endangered Earth. It's still endangered. 1989, we got Mikhail Gorbachev spinning the block. 1990, we got George H.W. Bush. 1991, we got WCW's owner, Ted Turner. What? And that's it. Ted Turner in 91. That's crazy. Well, you can timestamp that, though. But we just want to see what elite company Taylor Swift is with, which is actually probably the easiest name to say on that whole list. But with that being said, I believe it's time to move on to a little bit of TV, a little bit of movies, recap our favorites of the year, what we think was the best. With that being said, I'm gonna jump out first on the ledge on this one. I'm gonna try to Mount Rushmore my favorite movies of the year, and I'd like for you to try to do the same. I know it's so hard given that we're stoners, legal ones now too. No particular order. We're just doing Mount Rushmore. Give me Godzilla -1. Give me Air, the movie about Michael Jordan's shoe. Give me... I feel like we caught a real hot streak at the beginning of the year, and now I'm slipping up. We did just watch that Family Man movie on Apple TV with Mark Wahlberg. I thought that was really good. But I wouldn't put that up there. We love Barbie. I'm assuming Barbie would be up there for you, no?
Barbie's on there.
Barbie would be up there for you. Wow, because I know we also hit that rough patch where we were going to the theater, and I know we watched so much different stuff that came out this year. I thought that Leo movie was really good with, not the Flowers of the Killer Moon. I'm literally talking about the movie called Leo where Adam Sandler plays the fucking iguana. Still only a Godzilla and Air, though.
Yeah, trying to look up some movies that came out.
Yeah, try to jog the memory a little bit. Barbie would be on there for me.
Barbie for sure.
I haven't seen that Iron Claw yet, but that looks really, really good about the Von Erich family and wrestling.
There's a hot take. I really like that new Exorcist movie. I know a lot of people shat on it, but I liked it a lot. I also really like that Strays movie. I wouldn't put Strays in my Mount Rushmore, but that movie was really great.
That was where Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, right?
It's an adult dog comedy, so don't take your children to watch it. Ooh, that Super Mario Bros. Was really good too.
That was really good.
It's hard to like.
It's like I don't want to say one and be okay. I'll go third. I'll give a third. Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Thanksgiving third. I really like my Eli Roth, violent, over the top, crazy, gory shit. That Guardians 3 was really good. It was really good. I only got one spot left in mine, though, so I'm really trying to... I would probably, honestly, without even seeing it, which I don't want to... Oh! I was going to say Iron Claw, but obviously I can't put that because I haven't seen it. I think I got my fourth, though. I did love that new Saw movie a lot. Oh, shit. Damn. I almost said one, too, and now I'm holding tongue. Now I'm biting tongue.
Ooh, this is so hard. I don't. Ooh, that Evil Dead Rise. That's my number 3 right there. That was a good.
That's one. Actually what I was gonna say. Evil Dead Rise number 4. That was a really good horror movie that actually was able to give me fucking chills.
I was scared. That movie scared.
Yeah, when that mom starts wigging out in the house and starts sawing at her. What does she start doing? Right, she's like sawing at her own leg with a cheese grater. Crazy. When she starts doing that, I'm like, holy shit.
That was a good one. I almost forgot about that. I watched that one like 4 times.
Yeah, that's a really good movie. Love that a lot. So I got my 4.
I need one more.
So many good movies though that came out. I mean, I'm seeing it. I mean, I love that Super Mario Brothers. I thought that was great.
What about Cocaine Bear?
Cocaine Bear. Who can forget about the Cocaine Bear? Cocaine Bear. Love that
Knock
movie.
at the Cabin. There you go.
Knock at the Cabin with Batista. The M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Yep, that's mine.
Hey, I'm glad you got Batista up there. But Guardians was great though too. But yeah, that's my Mount Rushmore. And what was yours again?
Mine was that Evil Dead Rise. I got oh man. What did I just say?
Oh dear, that short term's kicking your ass right now, ain't it?
Oh man, it's been so bad. I just did I really like that shit. I didn't put Strays in there though.
No, you didn't.
Damn, what was my first movie that I said? And it was really
Barbie.
You
had Barbie, yeah,
oh
Barbie.
my god, I'm an idiot. So Barbie, Evil Dead Rise, The Exorcist,
yep.
and what else did I say? Oh man.
Well, I'll recap mine. I know I did Air, Thanksgiving, Godzilla -1, and Evil Dead Rise. That's my 4. That's my 4 highly recommendations of the year. The highest of highest recommendations of the year. But would you like to pivot off into movies? You want to timestamp that one?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, to pivot into TV shows. Yeah, my bad. So, I know this one's even a little bit harder because, well, I know we spent a good chunk of the year watching Orange is the New Black, which is a very old show. But as far as new shows go, I can tell you hands down, I don't know if I can Mount Rushmore this one without giving just like limited series, which I guess we could kind of do. So I guess we'll sprinkle it in like that. Shows with seasons and also limited like series. Okay. So with that being said, maybe that'll make this a little easier. I will Mount Rushmore. I'll take it back. I will Mount Rushmore. Number 1, you got to give me Beef.
Yeah.
That Ali Wong show.
Beef.
Yeah, that show is just fucking perfect. I mean, yeah, that's number 1 for me. You said that's up there for you too. Number 2, I feel like we'll agree on this one. No matter how, I know it ended up getting a ton of backlash because of different scenes and how they did it. And apparently people weren't asked if they could use their names or likeness or whatever. But number 2, I am giving it to Evan Peters doing Dahmer.
Oh, 100%.
I'm
sorry about whatever.
That show, performance was incredible.
My God.
And hearing him talk after about like how, his agent was like, all right, like we got this role, we got this role, we got this role. And he's over here like, buddy, I had to dive into that mental. And that shit is killing me. So let me get some time off, he needed to go to therapy after doing that role because of how much you just became that motherfucker, which I'm sure has had to be like, whoa, trying to adjust out of it. So got to give that to number 2. And I think that's actually going to sweep at the Emmys. I'm telling you right now. Number 3, I feel like people are going to be on my ass for this pick, but because they know I'm so biased when it comes to it, but I got to give 3 to the Hard Knocks show. I love that show. That's like my own like show that I just come down here after you've fallen asleep and I watch. So I got to give 3 to Hard Knocks. Give me shit all you want for it.
I can't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that new season of Dead to Me came out this year.
It did.
I'm doing that one. That season 2 of Dead to Me.
That's like your Hard Knocks. That's like your show you watch on your own.
I do love that show. And did the woman in across the street from the girl in the window come out this year? Or was that COVID? I know, I can't remember.
Oh dear, that I think was old. That sounds old.
But anyway, I rewatched that show again this year.
I know I didn't really get into the show too much, but I think you did. So let me just feed you a thought. How about Wednesday?
Ooh, I didn't finish Wednesday.
Oh yeah, that's right. But that did come out this year.
Yeah, I do like that show. Let me think. I watch The Office and Friends. Like that's what I know. Watch.
It's a bit, and I watch wrestling, but I can't get on here and say that.
So I liked Beef a lot. I like Dead to Me. Yeah, this one came out.
I'm really trying to get like limited series. Okay, was the Casey Anthony limited series this year?
I think so.
Like the limited series thing on it?
Where the Truth Lies.
Last year. Son of a bitch.
2022 had some good.
Damn, this year flew by. Oh God, I'm grasping at straws here now, everybody. I'm grasping at straws.
I watched a lot of old shows for the first
WWE
time.
Raw. No.
Justified.
Oh my God. All right, I'm a Dinkelberg. Dinkelbob this week. Dear God, yeah. So okay, Justified.
Oh my God, and Russian Doll.
That was this year too, that newest season?
Yeah, we watched that.
Oh, shit. All
Wait,
right.
was
Okay,
it?
take out Hard
Hold
Knocks, put
on.
in Russian Doll.
Hold on, now I gotta confirm now because I'm second guessing myself. Is Russian Doll?
Well, I think that makes sense because I saw that it was nominated for an Emmy.
No. Or maybe.
Oh, it was an Emmy winner.
Hold on, maybe season 2.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. 'Cause you're looking at season 1 still.
No, 2022.
Motherfucker. All right.
Damn.
Hard Knocks, you're back in the Rushmore. But so to complete my Rushmore, I go Justified, City Primeval, Beef, Hard Knocks, and oh Jesus Christ. Whatever the other fourth one was, I already said it, damn it. But what are your 4?
God.
Tired of reiterating myself.
Beef, Dead to Me. That's the only 2 I got. Oh, Dahmer.
That's it, Dahmer.
Okay, I need one more. There was one I watched. What is it? I watched it by myself, I thought. I'm never gonna remember it. I'm gonna throw
Well, when you end up thinking of it, if you really can't think of it, I'll end up throwing it on Reddit and throwing it as a comment to finish your Rushmore.
There was a documentary one that I watched and I really liked it. Anyway, well, I'll figure it out.
I saw Primo's Pizza. That might be the railroad tracks. We went too far. But so with that being said, you can timestamp that as we move on because I did just want to say I did see that the Iron Claw came out, and I'm so excited to catch that in theaters. I really do plan on catching that before it comes out, based on the Von Erichs family. And I heard that Zac Efron absolutely knocked it out of the park. So far, the only bad review I've seen on the movie is the guy who played Ric Flair has clearly never heard Ric Flair speak or talk, or maybe even doesn't even know who Ric Flair is, based on that impression that he did of him. Because I don't know. Look, I don't have much acting experience. In fact, I have 0 acting experience. I don't even know why I said I have any. But I have 0 acting experience. I can still do the Ric Flair better than whatever that guy was trying to do. But with that being said, let's pivot into wrestling. Recap 2023's wrestling. Things that we liked, things that we didn't like, some of our favorite moments, and some of what we thought was just downright ugly and the worst booking decisions we've ever seen. So with that being said, before we dive into the 2023 wrap-up of wrestling, I'd like to first wrap up AEW World's End from last night. Now, I don't got much to say on it because, well, I didn't watch it. I didn't order the pay-per-view. I've only seen the media scrub, and I went back and saw some of the finishes of the matches and who won and kind of the aftermath of the pay-per-view. With that being said, there was one thing that I wanted to speak on because every time I feel like we mention MJF, I always mention of, well, when or will that time come when he comes to WWE? And I think World's End last night cemented that he's coming to WWE. So with that being said, for those that don't know, he's been talking about the bidding war of 2024 because his contract is officially up tomorrow. It's officially up. January 1st, he's a free agent. He has not, as far as we know, there's been rumors, but he has not officially re-signed with AEW. Now, obviously, MJF is their top guy. That's their homegrown boy. But with that being said, he lost last night in the main event to Samoa Joe. And he got choked out. I mean, he passed out. They did the arm up gimmick where it's hey, he didn't tap, but he just passed out in the ring. He refused to tap, basically. And then it was revealed finally after 4 months that the devil this whole time, here comes a big surprise, was Adam Cole. Whoa! Nobody saw that one coming. And he's got Roderick Strong with him, Wardlow, and 2 other names that we've never seen a day in our lives, at least to my knowledge. And they beat the living snot and piss and shit out of MJF. And now he wasn't at the media scrum. He's now been reported by Tony Khan that he will be out indefinitely. And I think that spoke volumes and spoke truth. Just the way he booked that to everything that I've been saying for months. And I mentioned it earlier in the car we were on way making a grocery store trip that when I saw that, my first thought was, oh, yeah, he's coming. And it was the classic how promotions do it when a wrestler goes from one to another. That, okay, it's your last night here. You didn't re-sign with us. So I'm going to make you look as bad as I can.
Yep.
And you're just going to have to suck it up.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe that MJF just went out there and said, all right, one more time.
Whatever.
Fuck it. I mean, Samoa Joe, from the clips that I saw, I mean, they didn't really even let MJF get in any offense. It was just him selling the whole time and making Samoa Joe look better than he has in 15 years.
Well, yeah, now they got to push Samoa Joe.
Yeah, now they got to push Samoa Joe, who's their TNA guy, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, so I think that clearly says where MJF's going. And now Adam Cole gets to be the devil. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's been saying it for months. Like, we'll quote a tweet and he'll be like, God, I can't fucking wait to leave this place. And that's why I feel like it was a no-brainer. And
it's hard to tell if it was a work though during all that time. So it's like, he would come out and be like, I ride for this company and and then it's just like, fuck
I think all that, honestly,
but it's all like pent up though, I feel, because if he actually does feel that way with Tony and stuff.
And let's just face it, maybe originally he did think, let me give this a shot. I am the top guy here. This is pretty cool. But, okay, you're the top guy. And again, I'm not putting that damn hater hat on. I'm just saying a fact. How do you think he feels being the top guy holding the belt and every week he goes out, there's less and less people in the seats?
Yeah.
That's got to get frustrated. Oh, when I look to one side of the arena, it's a camera. It's empty. Like, oh, shit. Meanwhile, he probably, he's home on a Monday. Let's see what Raw's doing. Everybody's over. Fucking Tozawa managed to get over. I couldn't believe it. Like, the crowd's chanting for Tozawa when he comes out. WWE is red hot. So, I mean, what other better place to go than, come to the Big E, so to speak.
The Big E.
But, yeah, the Big E. But, no, coming to Connecticut, actually. But the one thing I did just want to say about MJF possibly coming to WWE, I think Triple H might want to just think about looking at the breaks. And what I mean about looking at the breaks is there's already rumors he wants to bring Charlotte Flair's husband, Andrade, in. And he has big plans for him. And you want to bring in maybe now MJF. At some point here, I'm doing the math, somebody's going to get shafted. Meaning somebody's going to lose their spot on the card.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? The more of these stars you bring in.
Well, yeah, because then it's like, well, what do you do with them every week? You got to continue storyline, this, that. You got paper, like, you got a lot of stuff because you can't just put, here, guys, go out and have a match. Like, again, you have to have like that story. You have to have that storyline, something for people to get behind, to want to see who so and so win. So, like, if you have so many guys on the roster to do, there's only so many TV spots.
Somebody's going to be stuck in catering.
Yeah.
And it's just unfortunate. And it sucks because there's so many stars that they have right now. Like, I would hate to see them bring in MJF and all of a sudden it's, well, I mean, hey, you're here now and that's awesome. But we're already getting Punk in the main event scene. We got Cody trying to finish this story. We still got the Tribal Chief. We got Randy Orton hot as a fucking volcano right now.
We also don't know what Triple H has up his sleeve, though. It's like, why is he stacking all these people right now, if that's the case?
Well, now here's the thing. Now that gives me flashbacks to how I said AEW has been acting like WCW. Triple H is starting to do the early 2000s, late 90s WWE method. Vince's whole strategy was, he's a free agent, I want him, because if I have him, nobody else does. He can't do, even if he just sits in catering.
Well, I don't think Triple H is necessarily doing that, because I feel like he wasn't he around during that time to or no?
Yes, and if there's one thing that he should remember, though, I don't know if it had any backstage politics to do with it, but essentially, he was always slated at the top of the card. But now, here's where that took a hit, though. They brought in all these great WCW stars that were magma hot, but now all of a sudden, Booker T has to job out. Kevin Nash comes in, jobs out. Goldberg comes in, jobs out. It's that method of we're bringing you in, but you're just losing to our homegrown guys over and over again.
Yeah.
Like, that's why people always got mad, like RVD. Why did they never give him a world title push and waited for years, and then it obviously all crumbled? Vince was hesitant because he didn't want to, make it look like, oh, they're guys, like how AEW's doing it, where it's like, we're going to put the belts on all the ex-WWE guys. And it's like, well, your homegrown talent that has been fighting for those opportunities for years, and Edge just comes in and walks in and now all of a sudden holds the TNT belt up. Yeah. Like, what the fuck is that? Like,
I feel like Triple H is doing such a good job that I don't feel like he won't let
Triple H is doing a great job.
That he won't let like past habits come to like fruition now. Like, I feel like he has a plan, like what he's gonna be doing, and like and different things like that. But as long as we can get this fucking belt off Roman, everybody has different opportunities then.
and I actually think now would be the perfect time because of how everybody is red hot.
Yeah, and everybody
split them up. Don't like let Cody hold the WWE Championship. He wants that one. Universal Championship, give that one to Punk. There we go. We solved it.
And
you're the guy.
And now you have good, ample, really red hot people to. I want the belt now. You can fucking now go hog wild with storylines of getting this belt now. Like, once it gets off of Roman, you're so many more possibilities.
And now you can be like, all right, well, now Punk's going to face LA Knight.
Yeah.
And Cody Rhodes, you're going to go against Jey Uso. Yeah.
Triple threats, fatal four, like all of those things.
Avenues open up.
All of that when you get those titles on the line and like kind of obviously let them have their little runs, but if you're rotating them, one, it keeps it alive, and two, you get all these other superstars who have worked and are working very hard and deserve shots and opportunities at these belts that they have worked their whole lives for. I do believe that. And
I think all the roster is even getting sick of Roman to the point where Triple H has to act on it, because I saw when Randy Orton, they were like, so what, what's it like, working with, Roman Reigns, because he's just starting that feud with him. He goes, I haven't really got to talk to him. He goes, it just depends on when he shows up. He goes, in fact, last time I saw him, I didn't mean to get spicy with him. He goes, maybe I was just in a little bit of a bad mood. He said, but when Roman showed up to cut that promo on SmackDown, he goes, oh, Randy, happy to have you back. Like, good seeing you. He goes, yeah, you get to see me more. He goes, you come around more often. He goes, not all of us get to just sit at home, right? And it's like, oh shit.
Not wrong.
Like, all right, so like you got another top guy being like, yo, I just had double fusion back surgery and you got me on the damn card every week.
Exactly.
This guy's healthy as a fucking
horse.
Yeah, and he just sits at home.
At home and does nothing.
Just lets the rain pile up.
Like no. When Roman was red hot, yeah, okay, great, awesome. Like,
he still is though.
But like now, I'm trying to say is I don't understand the hype now. It's like, what does he do now for the promotion and the belt? What he's not living up to anything. He's not doing anything special with this belt. Absolutely nothing. It's almost like the belt is useless now because he's had it for so long and has done nothing with it.
And I think the thing that sucks,
to the point where Triple H had to introduce another belt to get something going, because you'll get stale after so long. I mean, It's stale now. It's done. You need to stop.
And here I'm gonna go right back to the point. So he has a match with Randy Orton at Royal Rumble. Randy Orton ain't winning that match. I know he's not winning that match. I bet my life with a gun to my head that he's not gonna win that match. Not with the belts on the line. The only time Roman Reigns has been pinned since he won those belts was in a non-title match against Jey Uso. Remember that?
Of course it was a non-title. Yeah.
Non-title. That was the one time they... And what was funny is I remember how... This shows you how predictable it is. As soon as they said, tribal combat, no belt on the line. They're just fighting to be tribal chief. Or not tribal chief, but show who's better pretty much.
Assert your dominance.
Yeah. I knew as soon as I saw, it's non-title. Yeah, Jay's going to win that. Mm-hmm. And how'd they... even with this, though. How'd they have Jay win? They had to have the Avengers come down there and take care of Solo and
that's why it's like
super kick Roman and fucking...
How is this belt going to get off of him now that fucking every Tom, Dick, and Harry has already fought him for the belt?
And in that instance, too, he was getting finishers hit on him and still standing on his feet. It took 6 finishers for him to stay down. And it was like, Okay, you have maybe accidentally, unless you intentionally did this, you have made this guy now look like the fucking Hulk. So if somebody's in a one-on-one match where they have to hit their finisher 15 times
in a row to
like, like to
get
finally
him to
put you
stay
away,
down.
like, God dang, sell something, Roman. Like, he was getting super kicked and he just walk.
Eat him.
Walk. Meanwhile, Cody gets hit with the super kick and he's bam, bam, rolls out of the damn ring. Roman's just poop. I'm like, God dang, come on.
Terminator.
Yeah, and at least sell it. That really is how they booked him. They've booked him as he's the tribal chief, he's the Terminator. Yeah, you can get some damage in on him, but overall, by the end of that match, he's just beating the shit out of you and you got no chance. But that leads into what I would say is, let's go over some of the worst booking decisions of the year. So I believe you can just kick that off with what your least favorite, well, I should say, reword that a little bit different. Your booking decision that you thought was probably what I would say is the worst of the year in your perspective. But that finish being, how'd you feel about Cody losing at Mania to Roman?
I was heartbroken.
I remember watching with you too that night.
I really thought, like, for some weird, I just really had a feeling. I was like, Cody's gonna win it. There's no way they're gonna fucking do him like this. There's no way. And then what do? They do him like that, and even dirtier than what I even imagined could have done. Beat the piss out of him like 3 times. Yeah, fuck it.
And then the very next night he came on Raw, and then a feud started with Brock Lesnar.
Sick. And then he got his ass beat there too. I mean, he was getting his ass beat like 3-4 weeks in a row. I'm like, give the man a break. Fuck. Like, he's trying to fight his dad's legacy over here. Yeah. God dang.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing about finishing the story. But some of my worst, what I would call worst booking decisions of the year, was that this year where we had our friend Yasmin over for the pay-per-view?
No, absolutely not.
That was last year?
That was a couple years ago.
Really?
That was definitely not even last year.
Jesus Christ. But, no, I thought, see, I actually think that Cody Rhodes was a good finish. I actually liked that booking decision. How they did it was a little wonky, but overall, I liked that booking decision. And remember, I'm trying to consider AEW and WWE, so I'm grouping them into one here when I'm thinking about worst booking decisions, and I'll even go over this one too, good booking decisions. And I'll sprinkle in some of my favorite matches of the year as I'm getting the hamster wheel going too. Well, I really did like that Cody Rhodes Brock Lesnar match at SummerSlam. I thought that was really good. I thought the women's Money in the Bank match was really, really good. I thought the women's War Games match at Survivor Series, that may have been my match of the year. That was really good. I really loved Swerve Strickland versus Hangman Adam Page, the Texas Death Match in AEW. Thought that was really good. Where's good booking? Well, one of my favorite spots of the year was when Logan Paul and Ricochet jumped rope to rope and clotheslined each other. Like I've seen that spot like 1,000 times. I love that. Well, right now, AEW's got some piss poor booking going on. I know last night they had to kind of double back on that one, call back to that. Edge and Christian had their match last night, but he beat Christian, and then seconds later, Killswitch, a.k.a. Luchasaurus, used his title contract and gave it to Christian, and then Christian used it and pinned Edge. And I thought that was pretty fucking weird. Like, why'd that guy just hand that over to Christian? I mean, I know that's his boy, but, like, come on. Okay, this is just as a general. I'm convinced Tony Khan has no idea what to do with the women on his roster.
Probably.
Like, literally no idea what to do with them. Like, there's a couple that are able to get over on their own, and then he just books them in, like, the craziest matches. Where it's like, okay, we got Toni Storm. She's red hot. Who are we going to book her against? Oh, we're going to have her go against the girl that lost in Ring of Honor for, like, the past 9,000 weeks. Like, okay, wow. Crazy feud we got going there. Britt Baker's been left off TV since God knows when, as far as cutting promos. I gotta say, Triple H kind of almost batted 1,000 this year. If this was a Vince year, we could just go pay-per-view to pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
I know I brought up that pay-per-view earlier just because I remember that zombie. Oh! There it is. Worst booking decision of the year goes to AEW. Shout out AEW for almost setting the wrestling industry back 80 years. So do you remember earlier this year when they were trying to promote, in fact, it was early this year, when they were trying to promote that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie that had just came out, and they got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre sponsorship, and they let it ride for months because they were promoting their first ever Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's first thought when I heard Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm like, okay, so we got a gimmick match for sure. Because obviously it's pro wrestling. I don't think anybody's going to get chainsawed.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, that sounds hardcore, but of course we're not going to see a chainsaw come out. And that's where I was wrong. I didn't realize how dedicated they were to just securing a bag and saying, hey, fuck all. If it makes us look stupid and potentially sets the wrestling industry back, oh, well, let's do it. So last year, I thought it was rough when WWE had The Miz get eaten alive by zombies and then immediately showed up the next night on Raw with no acknowledgement of that situation whatsoever. Classic wrestling move. But then AEW said, hold my beer. We got a new year. It's 2023. We're going to go all out. During their Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match, they actually had somebody come out dressed up as the Texas Chainsaw Massacre character, wielding a chainsaw and chasing, I believe it was Jeff Jarrett's wife, Karen Jarrett, up the fucking stage, acting like he's going to chainsaw her. And the crowd's laughing, crowd's rolling, and my first thought, I just go, oh, God.
He was wielding something.
Dude, super bad style. He was wielding something that here, I'll start up here, you start down here. Just meet me in the middle. He was about your height. He was about your height. He looked like you. You look like a cop. You know, I'd crime for a Jew to commit. But I got a goddamn veterinary exam. But with that being said, though, do you have any other moments, or is that your worst booking decision of the year?
My worst booking decision of the year was when Triple H brought back CM Punk.
Oh my God, really? That's foul. Can't believe you. CM Punk just caught a nasty bullet. Damn. That shit's nasty. But overall, though, before we pivot off, WWE really did kill it this year. They had a phenomenal year. I'm excited to see what they got going in 2024. I know tomorrow we got the day one edition of Raw, and then next week we got the New Year's resolution version of SmackDown. So that's going to be really cool. So with that being said, I will say that my favorite pay-per-view of the year that wasn't one of the pillar pay-per-views, I really did love Backlash earlier this year. I thought Backlash was a really good pay-per-view. But with that being said, let's pull off into sports before we skirt out of here and get our New Year's Eve night kicked off. So with that being said, the NFL. First thing I wanted to get off my chest this week. The NFL pulled a Grinch and stole Christmas from the NBA. And I couldn't believe it that they did it in broad daylight, basically. I mean, I know the way that the days fell this year, it was really nothing that they could do about it. But they really went on the promotion train of like, no, like us. And like they actually had some pretty damn good games on. And overall, I think I saw that they smoked the NBA in overall ratings because that's just like what the NFL does. And my only thing with that is that I usually love watching NBA on Christmas. Like it's, it's their, it's like the NFL has Thanksgiving. NBA has Christmas. MLB just doesn't know what to do, but those two sports have those 2 days. Now, if I was, I believe it's David Stern, if I was the commissioner though of the NBA, I'd be like, yo, my man, you just had Thanksgiving, and now you got to come steal Christmas from us too, you fucking Grinch. Like, come on, like, I don't know, stack all your games on the Sunday. Like, because Christmas fell on a Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, come on, just stack your games on Sunday or get them all out of your chest on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like, instead of now you got 3 different games going on Christmas. Damn. Like, I don't know. I'm surprised, like, they're not. I mean, maybe the NBA really truthfully didn't care, and I'm just, like.
I mean, I don't know. I don't.
Looking at this as, like, I mean, you gave
basketball
people.
is so uninteresting to me that it's like I'd rather have had football on. Like, this is like a crazy, like, I'm just gonna hate on NBA real quick. I hate the sound of the sneakers on the floor. I mean, I hate it. I can't stand it. That's all you hear. And it's like, oh god.
Because you wear certain shoes for that to happen, and so you got better grip on the court.
That's great. Fine and well. Peace and blessings. I don't like it. I can't, my ears can't handle it. It's so boring. Like, why, we're just running. It's just like it's like soccer, but the ball's in the air. Okay? I don't like it. That's all I'll say.
Well, you definitely put your hater hat on for that one. I mean,
NBA is just not my cup of tea. Sorry.
No. It did make me think, though. Just in general, just, like how I said NFL has Thanksgiving, NBA has Christmas. It did make me think, though, about the MLB for one reason and one reason only. And this is actually a really good point that I think it's a really good point that I wanted to bring up to see how you and everybody else felt about it. But if I'm the MLB, how has nobody not thought of this? So NFL, Thanksgiving, boom, right in the middle of their season, prime time, boom. NBA, season's kicked off. We're starting to see who the good teams are. They know going into the year, we're going to book our big games on Christmas. Boom, Christmas is ours. Nobody in the MLB's thought about using July 4th.
Okay, yeah, well, that would work if MLB didn't already have 80 games a week for each fucking team. And, like, what are you talking? Like, they literally play, like, 6 games a week.
Okay, what I'm talking about would be, like, however the scheduling would go, have, like, okay, the Dodgers got to play the Yankees 3 times. Make one of those games fall on the 4th. The Phillies and the Astros, have a run right then, and then they play on the 4th, to where then you would have, like, 4 or 5 games of, like, some really good baseball teams playing each other. Let me show you where that's
just going to fall apart. July is predominantly, for most of America, summer months. Who's going to sit inside and watch baseball on a hot summer day on the 4th of July?
Hear me out. I know people do their fireworks and, do everything like that at night, but it makes me think of, like, okay, people that have, like, I'm referencing neighbors of, like, how I grew up. So you'd see them, like, okay, family's coming over. We got the parade coming down the street. Okay, we got, so-and-so's over here. Uncle's making food. Got a cookout. We got the TV going in the garage or the TV going in the house. It could be the baseball game.
And I can already guarantee you there's already baseball games going on that day because, like I said, literally every team has, like, 6 games a week.
But they could make, like, a more, like, okay, yes, there's NFL games that people know they're always going to happen on the Thursday. You're always going to get your Thursday night game. But they make sure Lions during the day, 1 o'clock, we get this game going on.
Like, making prime games, like, on those times. I mean, yes and no. I mean, like, I don't know. I just feel like
and make it to where
tuning into it, it's not going to be as much as
the payoff isn't going to be worth doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the amount of people that are actually going to take the time. I mean, the people who actually have TVs outside are very rare, really. Not a lot of people have TVs outside. I mean, maybe that's just great, but, like, where we come from, at least, there's not a lot of people who actually have TVs outside
because they get rained on and
from just weather inclement and stuff. So, like, yes, maybe in certain aspects of the country, for sure that would work awesome, but I feel like for the entire country, I just feel like it's not as feasible as Thanksgiving, to where, okay, usually it's cold and shitty, people are inside cooking dinner, let's sit in the living room, watch a game. Christmas, same thing, cold, shitty,
families out inside,
yeah. Families inside, we're all watching football.
Thanksgiving, families inside,
like, it's like, and we know that, like, spring, summer, that's usually baseball. Like, let's go to the baseball game. Like, let's go to...
Now, what if you did something more, like, you made it like a more of a thing at the game? Like, hey, we're gonna send some guy around at the beginning and during the 7th inning stretch, and if you guys press up against, like, the thing, we're gonna be throwing candy.
Yeah,
t-shirts,
it'll be like, yeah. Like, I mean, you could definitely do something like that, to where it's like, you bring,
have, like, sales at the game. Like, hey, it's July 4th, $1 dogs. $1 beer, $2 beers, $1 dogs.
But don't they do something for Christmas in July? Or no, am I crazy?
They do. They do Christmas in July.
So, like,
they have, like, a theme. where then like they gift and give stuff.
Yeah, and don't they have like the Santa Claus comes out or something? I don't know. I thought I read something on that. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, I actually went to an Indians game, Guardians game, years ago where they hand. It's what you said. They handed out like red shirts that said like Christmas in July or something with like the logo in the middle.
Things like that, I remember.
But I just figured I'd throw that out there, see what everybody says about it. I'm not acting like, hey, I watch a lot of baseball, but
oh yeah, no, I just
figured I'd throw that out there.
I can definitely see the concept. I just don't know how well it would play out with all the other factors that go into that. But
it'll be interesting though to see. Yeah, it'll be interesting though to see next year, to go back to this, it'll be interesting to see if the NFL tries to do that again though, because then when they have to move the game to a Tuesday, right? Everything goes up a day.
Everything would go.
Yeah, which I don't think they would do that. That would almost be weird.
Maybe it was just like a weird fluke thing because of the year, the way everything lands.
I think it's the way everything fell on. I don't think the NFL's goal by any means was, hey, we're going to stack Christmas and fuck the NBA.
No, I think
it was more like, hey, look at how it fell. Why don't we just put an extra 2 games on during the day like we would on Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
And hey, I'm sure there's a lot of basketball fans still tuned in.
Oh, I'm
to
sure.
all those games going on.
I'm sure people have 2-3 TVs going sometimes inside with different games on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, look at Jonathan Daly. He does. But speaking of the NBA, though, the Detroit Pistons fans can finally get a good night's sleep because the streak of losing is over. They lost 28 games in a row and finally snapped that losing streak. However, though, it came with a cost. Even though the Lions have already clinched the playoffs, they lost. In which I will just elaborate on that real quick. Lions fans, my heart goes out to you. I take my hat off for you. My heart goes out to you. That finish last night, I felt the sting for you guys. So for those that don't know, these refs, I saw that I already saw a report that they're making sure, a game of bullshit, man. They let the refs that officiated that game last night, they're done once it's playoff time. They're not letting them referee any play. They're getting investigated now too because something's fishy. So like they've traced it to where these officials have blown calls all year, crucial ones.
It's one of those cases.
Yep, where they costed the Chiefs a game. Where you got Andy Reid over here, like, what are you talking about? PI, my guy didn't even fucking touch him. Like, what are you? How is it pass interference if my guy didn't touch him? Like, what the hell? Yeah. And last night, though, I think it became a little bit too apparent because the refs were almost like, fuck, what do we do? So what happened was the Lions looked like they were going to lose. I mean, they were having a tough time against the Cowboys all night long. They go on a game-winning drive. Dan Campbell already went up to the ref and said, like, hey, if we get down there, we're going for it, and we're throwing to Decker. Meaning, I'm letting you know right now, we're going to use that lineman. He will be an eligible receiver, which is something I learned, actually, that you have to do as a coach in a case like that. You prep the ref to where then on the fly, they're like, wait a minute, why is that lineman catching the ball? You got to go say, like, hey, we're going to wheel him out, use him, and he's actually going to be an eligible receiver, which is what he did. They marched down the field with little time remaining, get into the end zone. They go for it to win by 1. They go for it. They wheel out Decker. Boom. Decker catches the ball, corner of the end zone. Lions fan, crazy. Sidelines going crazy. Keep in mind, they've already ran to the sideline. They're celebrating. Everything's good. Team, we're winning. We're literally just getting ready to kick this ball off, see if they can throw a Hail Mary and call it a day and go out and celebrate. They were on the sideline for about 30 to 45 seconds celebrating. Everybody's in the moment. Cowboys fans are crying. Lions fans are crying tears of joy. And here's what the ref does. Flag. Literally throws it out. Play's already dead. Ben done. Flag. And you can tell the coach, Dan Campbell, he like has his headset on. He's celebrating. Yeah. What? And like he starts walking off onto the field like, what the fuck? And the ref's like, waiting to give the call. And you can tell it's about to go all bad because Dan Campbell goes from, I've never seen somebody mood switch like this. Within seconds of talking to that ref, you just see him with the headset. That's fucking bullshit. Throws a fucking thing down. Ref starts to talk. Number 68, ineligible receiver, downfield. We're bringing it back. You're going for it again. I actually thought at one point, and I could tell it came over him. I think Dan Anderson was actually about to hit him. I think he was about to hit him. Because he did. I know it because I know me and I know how I've done shit in the past. He started to walk away, and you can see him talking to himself. And what that is, you're trying to talk yourself out of it, but really you're just talking yourself into it because you're getting more mad at you trying to talk yourself out of it. That's kind of the psychology of it. And he does this real quick where he's walking and all of a sudden he does a quick, starts walking back like towards him. And you see, like, I think it's Laporta comes over and he's like, all right, coach. All right. I think he was actually walking back like, nah, I'm getting in his face. Like, I ain't standing for this because they went for it again. Now they knew that the trick was coming. So now we can't trick them. Mm-hmm. And they go for it. And incomplete pass. No flag. But to finish off the thing, somebody noticed that right before the ref threw the flag, he huddled up with the other two. Like, what do I do? How do I do it? And they were like, well, you got to get him on ineligible. If you're going to get him on something, I guess that. And then Decker, okay, so in the post game, they're asking Decker about it. He goes, not only did coach, he said, coach reminded me to remind him before that play. And you actually see on the thing, he walks over to him, and because they're mic'd up, you hear him on the audio. He's like, hey, he goes, the ball's coming my way. The ball's coming my way. I know it's coming my way. I'm eligible. Boom. Mm-mm. So now the NFL's, all right, we got to investigate them. They're changing outcomes of games now.
Well, yeah, so, that's absolutely crazy. You can't trust nobody anymore. Like, how are you supposed, like, the process of becoming an official, I'm sure, is pretty extensive, but it's like, how are you, what can we do now once they're in that position to make sure that they're being on it? Like, is there, this is just like a generalized question, like, is there something that they can put into play that, like, will keep them on it, like, so that there's not so much of this? I mean, I'm sure it's highly impossible, but, like, there has to be something, because this is, like, really, like, coming to a point where it's becoming a problem. Now this is not the only time that this has happened.
And it's happening more. And
it's more frequently, and it's, it's starting to, it's going to start in compromising the integrity of the game.
I think it already has.
Well, yeah, for sure, because now it's going to be like, okay, well, is that ref being genuine, or is he just trying to make some money? Like,
and you can tell, too, that everybody's sick of it. Like, when they asked Dan in the post-game last night, like, they actually had the audacity to ask him, like, oh, like, how are you handling this loss? And I love the way he started to, like, walk away, like, because you could tell he's still fuming. And then he comes back to the thing, and again, he's like, all right, wait a minute. And I love him as a coach, by the way. He goes, oh, yeah. He goes, you know how the loss affects me? He goes, you mean how we had the game won? He goes, we had it won. He goes, you saw it? We had it won. He goes, they took that away from us. He goes, I told my boys in the locker room, we didn't lose tonight. He goes, they won. He goes, we didn't lose. He said, that's bullshit. He said, my guys are beating themselves up. He goes, hey, you guys had that. He goes, don't worry. I'm not mad at any single one of you for losing this game. We fucking won that shit. Yeah, of course, we got shit to learn. We got shit we got to work on. But I'm not mad at my guys for bullshit. Jared Goff had to go back out there after doing a trick play that worked to perfection and go, well, guys.
I wonder how many death threats that official got that night from the fans.
My first thought was, I just hope
the fans that, like, had money on this game and that call just blew for them. I wonder how many death threats that official
had. Somebody that needed the Lions money line was going insane.
Hey, some people are crazy messed up. I would not put it past that man hasn't.
I've been saying for a minute that with sports betting starting to get even more and more popular, somebody's going to go Aaron Hernandez outside of a stadium. And I'm not wishing that on anybody. I'm just saying it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Like, there's somebody that's going to have a 15-leg parlay and some bullshit like that's going to happen where they bet, like, I'm talking about the people that bet their life savings on shit.
Yeah, no, 20.
Yeah, and it gets screwed over by something like that. I believe somebody would be like, no, I'm pulling up there today. I'm not going dead broke and becoming homeless and going out like that.
I'd rather be in jail.
I'll go sit with Aaron Hernandez and tell him, hey, buddy, I got no idea what I did. But, no, that was absolutely just batshit insane. But the Detroit Pistons, though, finally got a win, so at least they have some sort of salvation in Detroit. I know Good Brother Doomer's got to be going through the ringer right now with everything going on. I did see originally that I thought the Pistons held open tryouts. Turns out that was fake. But who knows, though? If they get another losing streak in, that might actually become a reality. But with that being said, let's close out on some football, and then we'll go in on some New Year's goals and predictions. So with that being said, speaking of the Lions, they have, though, so you can sleep well at night, knowing that they have clinched the playoffs, and the Browns have won their fourth straight game.
Mm-hmm.
And those two things together, if they're both in the playoffs like that, with these records, is the first time this ever happened since like the 60s. Like literally the first time these two teams have ever thrived this way. So that actually scares the shit out of me going into 2024 because, well, my first thought with that is just, before I get into the other thing, is just absolutely mind-blowing that it really is crazy to think that we're getting Browns in the playoffs, Lions in the playoffs, which is amazing to see. And just absolutely hilarious to me that that's how we're ending 2023, because that scares the shit out of me moving into 2024. Because I'm telling you, we might start wanting to check these rivers and starting to keep our eye out for the locust horde, because it is absolutely crazy to think that that's how we're ending the year, especially given that yesterday California had a random wave that just swept right through. I mean, everybody was just enjoying a nice Californian beach day. And the next thing you know, just a fucking crazy-ass tide starts rolling in. 8 people hospitalized from what I saw, because it was like, how do you expect that, you know?
Yeah, I don't.
But, yeah, I don't know what to expect on my bingo card, really, for 2024. You can timestamp sports, by the way. But to close out, wanted to go in on just looking forward to the new year. What are some of the goals? What are some of the predictions that we have? Because now we all got blank bingo cards starting tomorrow. So let's just see how our imagination goes. What do you think is some things that you maybe should have on your bingo card of simulation shenanigans that can happen in 2024?
I don't know what that means.
Like, whose turns it going to be at the podium, God forbid? Who's going to do some crazy shit? Who's going to fight? Who's going to beef?
That's so crazy to predict. I mean, I have no idea.
I don't know why, but one of the first thought I had, at least when it comes to like just a crazy headline, I don't know why. I feel like we're getting a crazy Adele headline in 2024.
I don't know.
Like Adele pulls her pants down and takes a shit on a Chipotle counter. Like something like that. Just like something bizarre. Something crazy.
I have no.
Adele has wild diarrhea and mire.
People literally shock me every day, so really,
It's hard to
anything could happen.
It's hard to stay ahead of the simulation curve, because it's like you really never know what's gonna happen. Especially now with AI going crazy, we got random waves coming in. God's gonna probably make his debut in 2024.
Probably.
He's gonna drop the debut album. I could see it coming. We're long overdue for a God album. He's been trying to make that debut for going on quite a bit of years now. Jeez, trying to think. Leo's gonna probably break up with somebody. He said no chance to Adele. We don't want to put that on Adele then. Something might happen at the Super Bowl. I'm feeling something's gonna go down at the Super Bowl. Like something crazy. Like somebody in the stands doing something stupid. Like somebody might rush the field at the Super Bowl. I could see that. Rush the field, maybe.
Every couple years.
Who's performing this year again? I'm forgetting.
I don't remember.
Why can't I think of who's performing at the Super Bowl this year?
Did they confirm anything?
Usher! Oh, God. Yeah, somebody's doing something at the Usher halftime show for show. Somebody's going to act up for show. No, it'll be interesting, though, to see. Like I said, I mean, we got our bingo cards out. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. Something might happen, though, at the Super Bowl. Like somebody might throw something at Usher, maybe like a Frosty. Somebody brings in a Wendy's Frosty in their purse, and right before it's about to fully melt, they pow!
Great. Now somebody's going to do that, and this clip is now going to be brought up, and you're going to be held. Like, well, I heard
I'm gonna be watching the halftime show, and I'm gonna watch every little moment of the Frosty. I'm gonna see the Wendy logo right on the side of the cup, and you're just gonna see me stand up. No, Usher, duck, bam, no. They're gonna think it's me. Somebody catch that person. That would be the craziest thing to like have like an FBI investigate for. Like get that knock at the door.
Oh, yeah.
Sir, did you throw that Frosty? What?
I didn't.
We heard you talk about it. You even time-stamped it. Fuck!
It's not me.
It could have been lost in the episode. Or, I overthought it. It's not going to be a Frosty. You know what it's going to be? It's going to be a cannoli.
A cannoli?
It's going to be a cannoli.
How would they getting a cannoli before a game?
I don't know. Somebody look at what they're selling there. I think they might have the cannoli, though. I don't know why. I'm getting a feeling of it's either going to be a Frosty or a cannoli. No in between. One or the other. One or the other. But on a serious note, though, to close out, New Year, new me, as everybody likes to say.
I can't wait to meet you for the first time tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be crazy. New Year, new me. I'm going to have black hair. It's going to come down to here. I'm going to shave this side off. I'm going to get a face tat that just says lit right under my eye. Big on the other. Think I might... What else? I might get knee piercings, actually. Okay. I might try to make knee piercings popular. Like just pierce the top of the kneecap. See how that goes? No. But imagine getting that caught on something. But on a serious note, what are your goals? And I guess you could say for those that might have a New Year's resolution, what is some goals and some stuff that you're trying to manifest in the new year? We're trying to manifest Ray to breathe right now.
I don't know what you
Come on, Ray, again.
I don't know. Just keep pushing my career, I guess. I don't know.
Well, we got a new casa. We would like to.
I would love to get a new
like to plan for that. Let's see. New goals. Well, one, I never do the New Year's resolution thing. Actually, I take that back. I'm gonna go to the gym. No. Next time you see me on Pull Up a Chair next week, guys, I'm gonna have 60 fucking pounds of pure fucking muscle on me. I'm gonna look like Brock Lesnar. Just wait on it. It's coming. But on a serious note, well, when Vampires Go Surfing, that's finally coming. I just dropped the last single, Night, out now with the AMV, all DSPs. Go check it out. We're gonna have new merch drops, which, by the way, limited time holiday price drops. Get that Christmas money ready. I hope it wasn't burning a hole in your pocket and you still got some left. Man, well, we got 2 O's. You know what it is? It's taking everything to the next level. Every year I try to take it to the next level. How can I raise the bar up to here, and then I want to see it go higher. So it's all about raising the bar every single year, bringing more energy, more love, trying to learn from your mistakes, always try to stay ahead of the curve, and just trying to focus more a little bit as well on living in the moment. Because I feel like that's what made this year fly by for me so much, is because I feel like I just go on autopilot. And that's why I feel like the longest week of the whole year was actually when we were on vacation. Because, like, to me, it's like every week, it's like, all right, and we're going live, and we'll see you next week. And then it feels like I stopped for 10 minutes, and then I'm giving the intro again. So I want to focus more on actually stopping to smell my roses, so to speak, and accepting the flowers that I'm given instead of always trying to chase what comes next. And I think you guys are going to see a lot more of me, not only with Pull Up a Chair and with Sleepless Radio next year, but you're also going to see a lot more of me on your iTunes, on your Spotify. Because, I mean, I know I have been getting the shows going and I've been loving them and I've been working on music, but with the new mic, when Vampires Go Surfing ready to drop, I think it's time to start arming the cannons and flooding the gates. So with that being said, Pull Up a Chair, episode 68. We about to be out of here. With that being said, I hope you guys have a safe, blessed, and wonderful, happy new year. As always, I hope to see you guys next week. Lord willing, all of us. Do not take your blessings for granted. Wake up with a smile on, keep the love high and the hate low. We got new merch out once again, available now for a limited time, holiday price drops, no middle of the mall shit. And we got Sleepless 4th Annual Awards up now, Instagram, YouTube. We got Sleepless Radio episode 173 last night, now up on Reddit. We got Pull Up a Chair episode 68 about to be up now on YouTube. For everybody watching now, we appreciate it. Subscribe. And 15 more subscribers, we will begin weekly Cash App and PayPal Venmo giveaways. So I'm looking really forward to that. Night out now, once again, all DSPs. Night AMV out. Next week, I'm back at the judges panel. Winners bracket battle. We got 2-0 showdowns coming all year long, and I'm just looking really forward to it. Hope you guys stay safe tonight. Get lit responsibly. Keep the keys away if you're getting lit. Stay off the road. And, just make sure to enjoy your new year and bring it in with a smile. And wake up with a smile on and keep the love high and the hate low, ladies and gentlemen. With that being said, is there anything you'd like to say before I close it out?
Don't drink and drive. Uber's free. Call a tow truck if you're not comfortable leaving your car. A lot of them will tow for free on New Year's Eve and even New Year's Day. And they'll give you a ride home with your car. So just a lot of them do free or not discounted tows. So just don't drink and drive. Don't take somebody's mom, brother, sister, cousin, niece, nephew away. That is all.
Very well said. And as Snooker would say if he were here, stay blessed and less stressed. And you know who it is. Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low. And wake up with a smile on. And when you wake up with a smile on, I want you to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself you love yourself first. And follow that up by telling yourself 3 things that you're grateful for. And on that note, see you guys next year. Peace.